42. War Day 6. Electrocuted. I was hiding the whole night. Every time I could hear Aizawa near me I would either hide my presence and watch him go past me or I would sprint away only for him to run after me. It was fun hiding and making the sleep-deprived hero frustrated. After I had enough of my fun, I waited for him to pass me. I then came out from the shadows I was hiding in, slowly followed him while closing the gap in between us until I was only one step away from him. I creeped up to him from behind, slowly raising my hand and finally putting it on his shoulder. He immediately turned around, jumped a few feet away, activated his quirk and a high-pitch "A" could be heard. He shot his capture weapon at me and I dodged it. His reaction was too funny for me so I fell on the ground laughing my ass off. Aizawa on the other hand looked at me surprised and angry. "Aizawa. Problem child," he said a little bit threatening. Should I be scared? No. His face was way too funny. I couldn't help it, I managed to scare the Eraserhead. The one and only teacher that never ever got scared in any shitty situation. And yet here we are in an underground tunnel, me and him, and I did it. Never thought that he would actually let out a high-pitched sound before reacting. "Aizawa. You done now?" Me. "Ha ha ha ha, you kidding?" No. I had some tears running down my cheek from laughing too hard. Aizawa raised an eyebrow at me before using his capture weapon on me. As I was unable to move because of my laughing attack, it was easy for him to wrap me up in his scarf. He then began dragging me back to the villain lair. Once we arrived there I immediately noticed that my fake blood was gone. Me. What happened with my fake blood? Aizawa. Ectoplasm removed it. Me. Why? Aizawa. We don't want you to traumatize any more students than you already do. Me. Fair point. He was still dragging me to the middle of my villain lair. He didn't even make any move to release me. Me. So you gonna release me, or what? Aizawa. When was the last time you slept? Me. The last time I really slept was when I had a concussion, say 1 to 2 days ago? Why? Aizawa groaned at my answer. Aizawa. Jesus, kid. Me. It's fine. Now can you let me go or do I need to cut myself loose? Aizawa. You're gonna sleep, now, just lay down, don't struggle, try to relax and sleep. I am gonna be right beside you. Me. No. And I warn you one last time. If you don't get your scarf off me I will cut myself loose. Aizawa. How do you think you gonna do that? You don't even have a real knife. Me. Good point, but I will get out of it. Aizawa. Sai, can't you even relax for a moment? Me. I have a game to win, so no. And if you don't get me loose I'm going to scream and throw a tantrum. I saw Aizawa get into his sleeping bag so I tried to contact Nezu before I would really go so far and throw a childish tantrum. Me. Nezu. Tell him to let me free. Nezu. No can do Izu. Me. Why tilde? Nezu. He has a point, you need to rest. Me. And who are you guys to decide what is best for me? Nezu. Soon to be your adoptive parents. Me. Wah, excuse me? What? Nezu. We will talk about this later, now be good Izu and take a nap. It is still early. Me. Sigh, fine, but only because it's you guys. I admit defeat and relaxed. Thinking about it was really comfy being wrapped in his scarf. It was nice and warm. Soon I couldn't help myself but fall asleep. I could only hear Aizawa's words faintly before I was fast asleep. Aizawa. Finally giving in. Sigh, sleep tight, problem child. 3 hours later I woke up, completely refreshed. I saw that Aizawa was still asleep and loosened his grip on the scarf. That was really a good rest, but I really need to finish this game. Thanks anyway. I wiggled myself out of the scarf and carefully went out of the villain lair. I didn't want to wake the sleeping caterpillar up, as I was heading once again like many times to the hero's headquarters. This time however I went on the roof of the opposite building. Me. Good morning Nezu. Nezu. A good morning to you too. How come you didn't sleep longer? Me. It's already 9 a.m. I couldn't possibly sleep the whole day. Nezu. I see, now what did you need from me? Me. I wanted to blow up the 3 apartment complexes. Nezu. Which 3? Me. The only 3 that have 6 stories, south, north and west from here. Nezu. Okay, you are good to go in 5 min. Me. Thank you. I waited 5 minutes and set them all off simultaneously. Then I watched how the heroes split up. I went after a team of 2. They were heading to the north location. The heroes ran through the streets while I was swiftly following them on the route. Once we arrived at the scene, I watched them save some civilian robots and help put down the fire. I quickly jumped down of the roof and went in between the heroes. Both didn't realize it as their back was facing me the whole time until I made myself known. Me. Oh heroes tilde. They quickly turned around while the civilians ran away. Suyu and Denki were the heroes. While Denki was helping the firefighter, Su was trying to calm the robots down and I was simply standing in between these two. Furthermore, I was near them, only 5 feet away from both. I faced Denki and ignored Su for a little bit. Me. So you just gonna stay there and do nothing? What a fine fake hero you are. Denki. What are you talking about, Izuku? Me. Let me spell it out for you. You are a stupid, dumb idiot. That was all it took for Denki to charge up electricity. Denki. I am not dumb, Midoriya. Su was behind me. She also made a move and tried to capture me with her tongue. Still disgusting. I simply dodged it, and because Denki was foolish enough to come closer to me, he would face the consequences of his action. I waited for the last second to move away. Su's tongue captured Denki, and because Denki was startled by the sudden movement and his inability to move freely, he used his quirk. Too bad it hit Su directly as Denki's whole body charged up. The electricity shocked her and she was trembling because of the high voltage. In the next moment, Asui went unconscious, her tongue let Denki loose. He on the other hand overused his quirk and was brain-dead for the moment. Before he did though, he looked at Su with his eyes wide open. Bewildered at what he had done. Oh, he will remember this. Recovery girl. Suyu Asui is out. As soon as I heard that, I went to the poor hero's side and chopped the back of his head. Denki fell limp, and before he could hit the ground, I took him and threw him on my shoulder, making my way back to the hero's headquarters. I put him right in front of the building and used some of the fake blood in my knife and wrote murder on his forehead and my signature bloody smile. Then I made my way back to the villain lair to see if Aizawa was still sleeping. It was currently 10 a.m. after all.